Hello everybody, my name is RToon and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the new Galaxite server, and I'm also going to be talking a bit about Mineville City. But first, I've got a bit of a favour to ask you all. If you're new to this channel, you enjoy this kind of content, then why not hit that subscribe button? It is really greatly appreciated and it really does help the channel grow. First, we'll start with Mineville City, and it's basically been confirmed, it's been kind of like, not really leaked, but confirmed that when 1.16 comes out, Mineville City will go back to being in PvP. A lot of people like this move. Honestly, Mineville City got to the point where it was really unpopular. It barely hits 1,000 at, peak times. And it's like by far the least popular of the main servers that you can easily access on all platforms. Now they're going back to InPVP, so it looks like they may start focusing more on those PvP minigames again, because that's what the other servers are doing, and that generally seems to be what's popular with the people. Next up, I'm going to be talking about, the bigger news, and it is Galaxite. Galaxite is confirmed to be a new server that will release when 1.16 releases, and it could be pretty cool, but we don't really know anything about it at all, which is why I'm going to be talking about what I would want from a server. Generally, I think one of the things that is quite unsaturated by the 5 main servers is, a good mode for you kind of, hardcore players that play a lot, but there's a lot of games that are on Java Edition that are just completely missing from the 5 main servers. So there are a couple of possibilities actually for what the Galaxite server could end up being. Possibility 1 is some sort of survival focused server, so maybe with Skyblock in prisons, and I definitely think a lot of people like Skyblock on Bedrock Edition. A Skyblock server that's like a dedicated Skyblock server, which has more things and, less lag than the Lifeboat network, and you don't have to pay for it. I think that would do well. Of course, another possibility, and these are, well, it could be something else, but these are the 2 most likely possibilities looking at the other servers. The other possibility is that it's another minigame server, and this is actually the possibility that I like more, because I think there are quite a lot of minigames from the Java Edition that Bedrock Edition could benefit from having. So I have a list of modes that I think would be cool. And the first one is one that I think a lot of people will agree with me on. UHC. If you've ever seen UHC on Hypixel, it's this really cool mode which combines survival and PvP. And I can see why it isn't on the other 5 servers. It's definitely very much a hardcore minigame. The games are longer than other minigames. It's definitely a hardcore. Even on Hypixel, you have to be at least level 10, and it specifically says not for the faint of heart. It's pretty difficult to win, but it's one of those things that seems to be just completely missing from the 5 main servers. Another thing I personally think would be cool would be the idea of having duels. So this is the idea of being able to, take separate games and say Bedwars duel or Skywars duel and stuff like that, because those games, I've seen them on Hypixel, they're good for chilling out, practicing, and allow you to just play 1v1 with a friend. So types of duels include sumo duels, they include stuff like Bedwars and Skywars, like I said, but you can do a lot with these kind of game modes. Honestly, the ability to sumo without needing 8 players would be, amazing. Honestly, 1v1 sumo, definitely would be a thing I'd do, because, unfortunately, I'm alright at PvP, but I don't really have any of the Java skills, you could call them. Stuff like W tapping. I can't really do that kind of stuff. It'd be nice to be able to have like more chill PvP mode, like, you know, duels, where, you know, like you can take it competitively, but you know, you're not going to like stress over it like you would in Bedwars. Another mode I'd kind of like is kit PvP, or like, you know, something resembling kit PvP or high pixels to pit, where you basically just keep going in and fighting and, you know, leveling up, and eventually you'll be able to fight, you know, better. You'll have better weapons and stuff. I think like that would be a really cool addition, because none of the main servers have that, and I feel like there is definitely, you know, a decent amount of people who do want that and would play that. Like, the pit in Hypixel has a absolutely massive community, and it's weird to me that they wouldn't, you know, have some of these games just in the main 5 servers, because honestly, the main servers seem to, you know, have a lot of the same games. I feel like a server that brought in games that were like different, you know, would really like do well, because people do actually want these different games. They don't want to just like be stuck with the, you know, one type of game. My final hope for the Galaxite server is kind of like, you know, a personal one. The kind of idea of it being like, you know, a creator supportive server, or you know, a server that like supports creators and, you know, helps creators grow. Because obviously in Hive you can get Hive YouTube rank, but that's basically about it. Like, so like a server, you know, where like every week or something there's like a featured creator. Just like the idea of it being a creator friendly server and like being able to, you know, do well on this server. But I guess that's kind of a personal kind of need, and it doesn't really apply to anyone. And I'm not saying I should be a featured creator. I think the featured creator thing would be for more for channels that are quite a bit larger than my side. But you know, if you're watching, whoever owns Galaxite, maybe give me YouTube rank. Wink, 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 wink. Just kidding, they are not going to see this video, and even if they do, they're not going to give me YouTube rank, because I have 100 subscribers, and you need a good few thousand to get YouTube rank on pretty much any server. But you know, there's a lot of things that I want for Galaxite, but I think that, you know, even if like these wishes, you know, don't end up coming to fruition, it's always nice to have a new server, and I think it'll be interesting. I'll definitely make a couple of videos on it. But, you know, it'll be interesting to see also their take on the normal games in servers, stuff like, you know, Bedwars and Skywars and stuff like that. It'll be fun to see, like, you know, another server and their take on it. And as well, I don't expect the server to be perfect when it launches, because, unfortunately, that's pretty much impossible. It hasn't had, well, I'm guessing it's had some player testing, but it won't have had testing, you know, to try and see how many players can fit into the server and stuff. So it won't be perfect when it releases, but it's definitely exciting for Minecraft Bedrock, because this is another server which is like readily and easily accessible for all players, not just, you know, PC and Pocket Edition. And honestly, I prefer playing on the featured servers, because the servers that are hard to access from console, you know, not many people are going to play on them. And to be honest, like, I play a lot on console still, even though I record on PC. I still play quite a bit on console, and I think I wouldn't go to the effort of playing those servers on console. Now, if there's one thing I'm sure of, it's that if Galaxite is good, if Galaxite, you know, caters to the community, they will end up with a really good community, and they'll end up, you know, with like good creators, and, you know, just in general a good server. And I think like the chance for that to happen is in its own very, very exciting, and I wish Galaxite all the best for the future. Now, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all laters.